Hi everyone, today we are going to continue our past paper discussion of the GCE O-Level December 2018 past paper for the subject Business and Accounting Studies. So we will be going through from question number 11 to 20 today. Question number 11. What is the non-electronic sign communication method from the following pictures? So if you see the below four pictures, you could see it's a speakerphone, then you have the traffic light, and then you have a telephone, and then there is a traffic symbol. Now the first three symbols, you could see that these are electronic based communication. You need a supply of electricity to ensure that this works. But the very last sign, the traffic signal, is not a electronic based signal. So answer here is answer 4. Question 12. Several incidents related to the transportation and elements of transportation are given in column X and Y respectively. Select the answer in which the above incidents in column X have been matched with the elements of transportation in column Y in correct order. So they have given you 4 incidents, and on the Y column they have given you the elements of transportation which you need to match. Now the first incident is island-wide expansion of 1990 ambulance service. So here they are talking about a ambulance service. So this is a mode of transportation. A vehicle is what they are talking about. So 1 is denoting B. Second incident, commencing the constructions of Northern Expressway. Now they're talking about a roadway, which is the Northern Expressway. To which element of transportation does this belong to? This is a path of travel, so this will fall into way. A is the correct element here. Renovation of central bus stand in Peta. So here they are talking about a bus station, a bus stand. This is a station or a place where vehicle buses are handled or kept. So here for the third incident, the correct element is element D, which is the terminal. Finally, adjusting the oil prices based on the crude oil price in world market. Here they are talking about crude oil. Crude oil is is the raw material in which you find fuel. So there they are talking about a way to give power to the mode or the medium, to the vehicle in which you will travel. So for incident 4, the correct element is C, power. So let's see whether you could get this order in this answer. B, A, D, C. So correct answer is answer 3. Answer the question number 13 and 14 using the following case. A publisher decided to reserve his exhibition stall behind the main entrance of Colombo International Book Fair and recruited an employee for it. Question 13. Two management functions in the above case are. What two management functions are they talking about? Now, you know there are 4 management functions: planning, organizing, leading and controlling. Now, planning is where you strategize, you set your goals, you set your way to achieve it. Organizing is where to achieve the plan set, you will find the resources you need and make sure you arrange them accordingly. Leading is where the resources that you have found has to be adequately trained, motivated in order to ensure that the goals are achieved. Finally, controlling is where you will monitor performance and see how the actual performance and the expected performance are and monitor for or look for any deviations. Now, in this case, what two management functions are they talking about? Are they comparing the actual performance and expected performance? No. Are they motivating someone to do something? No. So of course controlling and leading is out of this case. You could see publisher has decided to reserve his exhibition stall. So he has already planned for it. So of course there is planning in this case and recruited an employee for it. Publisher has sought the resource needed to achieve the task as well. So here it is planning and organizing. Answer 2. Question 14. Two variables of marketing mix mentioned in the above case are. Again, there are 4 elements in marketing mix. At least in your stage currently you will study there are 4 elements, but when you study further on in the future you will know that there are 7 elements in marketing mix, especially when it comes to service industry. But for now, remember there are 4 elements in the marketing mix as for your syllabus. There you have product, price, place and promotion. So here the two variables of marketing mix discussed in this case. Are they talking about any product? Is the publisher speaking about any book that he has written? No. Is the publisher talking about the price of the book? No. So, is the publisher thinking about a place to make his book available to the others? Yes. Here in the Colombo International Book Fair, he is planning to put an exhibition stall so that his book will be made available to the customers. So, of course, you have place being discussed in this case. Finally, you have promotion. What happens in promotion? You are advertising, showcasing your product to the others. So as a publisher putting a stall in the International Book Fair, he is trying to advertise the book he has published to gain demand. So the two variables of marketing mix mentioned in this case are place and promotion. So answer is answer 2, promotion and place. Question 15. Select the incorrect statement regarding treasury bills. Now they want you to find the wrong statement. First one, an investor can purchase treasury bills from primary dealers. Yes, that's correct. Investor can buy treasury bills from primary dealers. Second one, treasury bills are a risk-free investment. Correct. That's also a correct statement. Treasury bills used to fulfill the long-term financing requirement of the government. Now, that's wrong. Why? Treasury bills are a short-term financial instrument used to meet maximum of a 1-year requirement. So, treasury bills are issued by the government to meet short-term financing needs. So, looks like third one is the answer, but let's read the fourth one as well. Treasury bills have an absolute government security. Yes, as a government issued financial instrument, this is 100% secured in terms of a government security. So answer here is answer 3. Question 16. An investor expects high return by investing in ordinary shares than investing in treasury bills. The reason for this is, now you have 4 options, let's go through that. Low risk of ordinary shares, high risk of ordinary shares, high interest income of ordinary shares, and finally high government security of ordinary shares. Now you need to understand ordinary shares are issued by incorporated companies, by companies in general. It's not a government issued security. It will never be a government issued security. Why? Government never sells equity. When you sell ordinary shares, you are selling ownership. So can government issue shares? No. So will government come forward and give any form of guarantee for that? No. So answer 4 is incorrect to mention that there is high government security for ordinary shares. Next, ordinary share is an equity instrument. Here you don't get any fixed interest income. Your income depends on the dividend issued by the company and the price difference in the stock market. So, by investing in ordinary shares, you will not get any interest income. So answer 3 is also incorrect because they are talking about interest income. Now your option is between whether it's low risk or high risk. Now the fundamental belief in finance in general is that higher the risk, higher the return. Now a person will be willing to take on a higher risk only if there is higher return attached to it. Now here investor expects high return by investing in ordinary shares than investing in treasury bills. We know that treasury bills are a risk-free investment. So they would want a high return in ordinary shares because ordinary shares have high risk. So answer is answer 2. Question 17. Select the answer which shows the basic accounting equation correctly. Now basic accounting equation is asset equal equity plus liability. So here they have said asset plus liability, which is wrong. Asset plus equity, no, it's wrong. Asset minus liability equals equity, yes, that's correct. Equity minus liability, no, that's wrong. So correct answer is asset minus liability equals equity. Because of paying employee salaries of rupees 8,000 in a business, what happens in an accounting equation? Okay, now you have paid employee salaries of 8,000. They have not said in what, they have not been more specific. So we assume that it's done in cash. Now when you pay employee salaries in cash, what happens? You have your accounting equation here, assets equal equity plus liability. Will there be any impact on liability due to this? Are you doing anything with credit? Is there any unpaid salaries? No, you're paying your employee salary. So there will not be any change in the liability column. So here you would know the impact is either entirely asset or asset and equity. Okay. Now here you are paying it in cash, we assume. You have to pay salaries in terms of cash terms, correct? So there, because you're paying out, there will be a cash reduction. So there is a reduction from the asset side. Now this is an expense to your company. Expense meaning it will reduce your profitability. Profitability gets added to the owner's equity. So here there will be a reduction in the owner's equity as well. Why? Reduced profit. Now think like this. If you didn't pay employee salaries, that 8,000 would be still remaining in the business and your profit would have increased by that 8,000. Now you have to pay that 8,000 as expense. So your profitability will decrease, which will impact your equity. So the correct answer here is assets decrease by 8,000 and equity decreases by 8,000. Answer 1. Question 19. The equity of Kasun business as at 1st January 2018 was 150,000. So this is the opening equity. While equity as at 31st Jan 2018 was rupees 170,000. So within a month, equity has increased by 20,000. If only one transaction occurred during that period, what would that transaction be? Let's see. Employing the capital of 170. No, it doesn't show that there is any 20,000 improvement. So answer 1 is incorrect. Obtaining goods of rupees 20,000 by the owner for his personal use. Now, if the owner took goods for his personal use, it will be drawings. Now, when drawings happen, you treat it as a reduction of equity. Equity is the capital brought in by the owner. Now, if he takes something out of the business for his use, you consider it as a reduction in equity. But here, equity has increased. So, here question answer 2 is incorrect. Selling a stock of goods for rupees 40,000 on credit which cost 60,000. Cost is 60 but you sold for 40, which means you are incurring a loss. If it's a loss, your equity should have reduced. But again here, equity has improved by 20,000. So answer 3 is also incorrect. Selling a stock of goods for rupees 60,000 in cash, which cost 40,000. Now, even in answer 3 and answer 4, the method of receiving the sales revenue is not a concern. Whether it's credit or cash, it's not your worry. Why? You're only talking about equity. Credit or cash will be important if you're talking about the asset side of the equation. Okay. Now, in the final answer, you can see your cost was 40 but you sold for 60,000, which means just on that transaction you made 20,000 of a profit. Now that profit will improve equity. So for question 19, answer is answer 4. Question 20. A transaction occurred in a business and the incomplete double entry used to record it are given below. Receiving of rupees 22,000 in cash from a debtor to paid off the balance of rupees 25,000. Now the debtor owes you 25,000 but you have received 22 in cash from the debtor to pay off that entire balance, which means there is a 3,000 short. You should have received 25,000. He only paid 22,000. You are willing to consider it as final payment. Okay. Which means that 3,000, which should ideally come here. Why? Your debtor account, you are considering it to be completely paid off. So here it will be 25,000. Now this 3,000 is like a discount you have given to your customer. So here it's a discount. Now let's read the question and see. Select the answer that shows the correct terms for above 1, 2 and 3 in the correct order. So you know here you have received cash of 22,000. You're willing to treat that as the final payment for a debtor balance of 25,000. So here in place of 3 you should have 25,000. So there is a difference of 3,000 which you need to account for. That 3,000 is like a discount that you have given. Now if you give a discount to your customer, from your point of view, if you are the one who's giving the discount, to you it is discount allowed because you are allowing that discount. Correct? So here in place of 1, you should have discount allowed account. Now if you are receiving a discount from your creditor, to you it is discount received. Okay. Now this double entry is passed in your business. So for you it is discount allowed. So the correct answer here is 1 is discount allowed, 2 is 3,000, 3 is 25,000. Answer 1. I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you for listening and subscribe and support us for more videos.